Are we ready? All right. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, the very last run of the marathon. I hope you guys have enjoyed everything up to this point. So, this is Octopath Traveler. So, the premise of this game is you can play as 8 different characters as your protagonist, and they all have different stories, different abilities, as you would expect. And so this run, I had a bid war between 3 different characters, and Ophilia won. So Ophilia, her special abilities is, one of them is she can guide individuals, so different NPCs in the game. And so for the story progression, it's just like this. She kind of just takes a kid and takes the kid to his or her mum, something like that. But her other in-game ability is that she can summon. So if you pick someone up, which I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the bar and pick up a patron from the bar, and I can then summon him in battle. And so each of the characters, they also start with their own individual class. And so Ophilia is a cleric, which is completely useless because healing is not very useful in this run, and that's pretty much what clerics do. So we're going to be skipping most of the story because we can skip cutscenes, but I'm just going to duck in here. This is the guy I was talking about. Guide this guy. And go over here, trigger some more cutscenes. So yeah, afterwards we'll be able to go ahead and pick up other characters that we want, but for now we're just going to progress through Ophilia's story. So every story has 4 different chapters. So the aim of this run is just to finish Ophilia's story. So to finish the 4th chapter of Ophilia, while starting with Ophilia. So she can only use staffs as weapons, and so I'm going to pick one up here. I'm going to pick up the quartz rod and equip that to her. Weapons are much more useful than levels in this game. Like, I'm going to be very, very underleveled for this run. Like, every level you kind of get like 1 or 2 to boost like your stats, but different items can boost them by like 300. So just getting more overpowered items is very useful. So this is the battle screen. And so I should kind of explain just in case you haven't seen. So the way the battle screen works is the main mechanic of this game is breaking enemies. So they all come up and they've got a number next to them, and that's how many times you have to hit them with their weakness, and then afterwards they'll break. And so for these wild encounters, basically I'm just breaking them so that I can run away, because if they're broken, I'm 100% chance to run away. And so the little squares at the bottom are the things that they're weak to, and you don't know what they are, but obviously I do because I've run the game for a while. And so this is now the boss area of Ophilia's Chapter 1. So a lot of the different screens you can get different amount of encounters, but these are really consistent. I'll get 1 encounter on this screen. Oh no, you can get 2. But I'll be right. This should be 1. Okay, so I surprised my foe this time, so that's just basically it attacks first. So I can just flee straight away, and that'll always work in that case. Saves a little bit of time, that's good. I got 2 encounters. That's insanely... I've never seen this encounter. I have no idea what this is weak to. Absolutely no idea. Alright, thanks everyone. I'm still just gonna run away. Oh no, I'm gonna die! This is awful! Alright, so that's it. Well, see you later, guys. No. The good thing about this game is it auto-saves every single screen. So I can just start back here, and we're all good. So that does lose quite a bit of time, but it's not insurmountable. I'll still be able to complete the run. The thing about this game is it is actually very, very likely that you die. Not like that. That was embarrassingly bad. But every single one of my PBs in this game still has a death in it. Nothing is deathless in this game. It's just insanely difficult to get a run that does not have at least 1 death in it. But yeah, so that the reason I'd never seen that encounter before was because it could only show up as the second one. The first one is always that wolf, and that's only the second time ever that I've seen a second encounter on that screen. So okay, so this is the boss. So he's got 6 until I can break him. So I've got to hit him quite a few times. This is where I'm going to summon the tavern patron back in. And so he can use summon wings, which is really good. That hits 3 times. That's exactly what I wanted to use. use. The other thing he can do is just attack, which hits him once, which is useless. But summon wins is much better. Okay, so we'll break next turn. Oh, so the other thing I didn't explain is on the top right, that's my boost meter, which can go up to 5. That's what those little bulbs are. And so I'm now going to use 3 of those. You can use up to 3 in a turn to boost Holy Light. So that does way more damage. So that does 600 there. I think if I didn't boost it all, it would have done like 150, something like that. I don't know. So now he leaves, but I'm just going to summon him back. He's going to summon someone. And so now this is really where I want him to use summon wins. Because if he attacks, he can attack this thing, which I do not want him to do. Summon wins. Perfect. Hopefully I don't die here. That'll be right. That'll break. And now I should be able to kill on the next turn. I really hope so, otherwise I'm going to die again. This should kill. Alright, good. First boss down. Okay, so I actually got really lucky there. I got a Soul Stone drop. So the bosses, they always drop something. They're 100% drops, but they're mostly useless. The little dude that he summoned has, I have no idea what the chance is, something like 25% chance to drop a Soul Stone. So Soul Stones in this game are very, very useful. They're like set damage, and I'm going to be very under-leveled. So the Soul Stones do 400. And there are actually upgraded versions of it that then do 2200 and then 5400, which is a lot of damage for the late game. But so now I can leave my starting town and I can start to get other characters. So it is possible to beat the game with only one character, but it's not only insanely risky, but it's actually slower than picking up other characters. So your party can hold 4, so you want to get 4 characters. So I want 3 different classes in my party. They're just 100% mandatory to speedrun the game. So the 3 classes that you want are Scholar, Merchant, and Thief. So the 3 characters that I'm going to get are the ones that start with those classes, which is Cyrus, Tressa, and Therion. Ophilia conveniently is right next to Cyrus. And Cyrus is actually the perfect one to get second, which I'll explain when I get up to him why that's the case. So the reason I want those 3 classes are... Thief has a skill that allows you to reduce defense, and so your attacks start doing 50% more damage, which is just very, very useful. Surprise foe again, that's good. Merchant is just 100% necessary. In fact, I'm actually going to get 2 merchants. It's just completely necessary. And then Scholar has an support skill, which reduces the amount of encounters, which again is just completely necessary to finish the run. So this is just Cyrus's turn over here. So this guy, by the way, I'm never going to use him again, but he's going to follow me around for pretty much the entire run. Yeah, this is bad. This is the worst possible encounter. Got away, that was really good. Those are the only things in this area that I can't break, so I can't always get away. But got lucky there, so that's all good. So yeah, the reason Cyrus is perfect to do second is, so the bosses, as you progress in this game, they scale the leveling of the bosses. Like that first boss that I fought had like 1500 health. And now the second boss is going to have like 3000 health, and then the next one has like 4500, etc. Just make sure not to play his tutorial. And so I want to do Cyrus with about, so that his boss has about 3k health, because, ooh, no. His outside ability is this, Scrutinize. And so what Scrutinize can do is it can make hidden items show up. And so he can get a very early medium soul stone from this little girl. And as I said before, that does, after I break the boss, 2200 damage. So it does like 80% of its health. It's a lot. I just realized my computer is not up here with notes, and I was entirely planning to have notes for doing this run. I have not practiced whatsoever. I was too busy flipping bottles before the run. So this is going to be fun. It's all good. Alright, so now I'm actually going to start killing encounters because I want Cyrus to get job points. So job points in this game allow you to get extra skills. And that's how I get the evasive maneuvers, which is the support skill which allows me to reduce the amount of encounters. Oh, that doesn't kill. This is why I need notes. Alright, this is kill. So I'll get 2 encounters before the boss here. Ideally, I get another Sentinel, and that will... Oh, I have no idea where I'm going. That will get me to 30 job points, which is how much I need to learn an extra skill right after Russell. Another Sentinel, so that's fine. Different encounters give different amount of job points. The bony boy that can show up here, he only gets 4 job points, and so I want the Sentinel to get 5. But by killing the Sentinel in 1 turn, I actually get 6, because you get extra bonuses for doing specific things. And beating them in 1 turn gives you 10% extra boost to the amount of job points that you get. So alright, this is the second boss. So I'm actually a bit worried about what to do here. I'm not entirely convinced what I'm supposed to do, but I think it'll be fine. So I think it's just stuff. Double defend. I think it depends how much health I've got. Yeah, I'll be right. Oh no, I don't need to do that. I should not have done that, I should have healed. Oh, it'll be fine. Alright. So defending in this game not only boosts your defense for that turn, but it actually modifies your turn order, so that if you defend, you always end up going first. Which is really important. Strategy-wise. Right. So the other Soul Stone here, and then Ophilia should finish him off. Alright, I actually did that correctly, I'm really surprised. Alright, so that's the second boss down. So we're going to be fighting 7 bosses in total. Because 1 for the 4 characters that I get, and then Ophilia's Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4. I'm not going to do anyone else's story after I get their character. But so I can't just get Cyrus and then leave. I have to finish his Chapter 1. Otherwise it won't let me leave Atlas down. It's actually possible in this game. We did find a glitch where you can skip it. Basically, they put a sign that says, oh, you just shouldn't go this way. And it turns you around. We found a way to get past every single one of those signs. Every single one of them. But there's no loading zone. If you do it, you just fall off the map. It's completely useless. So, unfortunately, no way to sequence break this game. Gotta do everything on purpose. Alright, so now we leave Atlas Dam, and now we're going to go get Tressa. And getting Tressa 3rd is actually also perfect, because I want to get 30 job points on her before I get to her boss. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to give this stuff, and then teach... Hello? Teach! The skills. So teach Lightning Blast to Cyrus, which is going to be really useful for killing encounters here, and just Luminescence to Ophilia, because it deals chip damage. Okay, I'm going to use the Soul Stone. Because I want to kill this encounter in 1 turn. Because I want the job. Yeah, without my notes, I'm going to have to do a lot of on-the-fly thinking because I do not remember exactly how to do all of these fights. Because there's lots of different encounters that you can get on the way here. And they're all very different. So yeah, there's a lot of the different time variants that you get in this game is just whether you get extra encounters or not. So a lot of the screens are really consistent. Like this screen, I'll get 2 encounters. Like I'll never get 1 or 3. I'll always get 2. But there are mostly the ones where you either get 0 or 1 encounters are really important because quite often the 1 encounter, if it shows up, will actually kill you. That's not the kill. I used the wrong attack there, but even if I use the right attack, it's probably going to kill. That's the kill. This has 3 health left, I think. Okay, so ideally I want Cyrus to get to 46 job points before I get to Riptide. It's not a big deal if it doesn't happen, but I want him to have 100 after I leave Riptide, because then I can teach the 4th skill, and that'll allow me to equip the skill that allows me to then skip encounters. This is fine. So this is a really fast encounter, but it does not give very much job points. The best encounter here is fish, because fish are really, really quick, but they also give lots of job points. Well, actually, the best encounter is a cave. which a Kate is a really rare encounter that's also really hard to kill, that gives like 100 times more than everything else. If that shows up, you can save in the order of like 2 or 3 minutes, but very unlikely that happens. So I want fish. Not good. So the turn order that you get is also random. You always get a character going first. It'll never be the enemies going first, except for the very last boss. The very last boss can go first. But you always get a character, but it's completely random which one you get. I think it's slightly dependent on speed, because when you're higher level, it tends to happen that you get more before the enemies, but it's pretty much random. And for a lot of the later bosses, the turn order that you get completely modifies the strategy. So I'm very worried for when I get to later on in the fight. So this is Tressa, merchant. Her skills are that she can purchase items from NPCs. They always sell the same items, but that'll be very useful for later on. And her other skill is that she can pick up money, which is not random, it's completely set. So she picks up like specific amounts per amount of steps that you walk. So for like every 10 steps that you walk, say, she'll pick up $28 in lower areas, but then in higher areas she'll pick up like 228, which ends up being a lot. When it all adds up to be very good. I want lots of money in this game. Okay, so you might be able to see why I taught Lightning Blast. It's very, very good for killing like all of the encounters in this area. But so, yeah, like I said, I want to get 30 job points on Tressa before I get to the boss. So I'll probably be fine. Birds are not good, but I'll probably get 3 encounters. So the kind of level of encounters also goes up. Like if I did Tressa second, instead of getting 3 birds on that encounter, it definitely would have been 2. 3 birds can't show up with only 2 characters. So the amount of job points that I got would be less. So I'd probably have to fight like 7 encounters if I did Tressa second. But here I should only need 4. And 4 is generally what you get. All birds is absolutely terrible though. I might have to fight that. But so the reason I want 30 job points on Tressa is because Merchant has the most OP skill in the game. Absolutely the most OP skill, called Hired Help. And the reason Hired Help is OP is because... So basically you summon help to do damage. But the help has set stats, so it's not dependent on what level you are at all. And so even though I'll be like level 3 or whatever, they will do like 7,000 damage if I spend enough money, which is why I need enough money. So I'll definitely get one more encounter here. I think Tressa's at 19, so I want something that gives 11 JP. Yeah. There are some encounters that can do that, but not all of them do. That's going to give 10. Fantastic. I can't take this encounter out, so I'm just going to defend. Because they're asleep, so I don't want to wake them up just yet. And so every turn I get an extra boost point, and so now I can So Tressa is on 29 job points, which is... Yep, fantastically awful. So I now have to grind for another encounter because I absolutely need hired help for this boss. So I'm just going to wait for one to show up. Oh, it showed up anyway, so not a big deal. Yeah, I don't remember what these are weak to. Oh, it's alright, caught by surprise. So an extra turn's going to go, so I'll have 2 boost points, so I'll just be able to kill with 3x lightning. So I think that gives 14 job points. Way, way out. Okay. Oh. Actually, I think Cyrus does not have... Yeah, he doesn't have any SP, so I need to heal that as well. So, now that I have high health, this boss should be easy. Again, I have no recollection of how I'm supposed to do this boss. But... this guy over here, Mac, has way more health. So the idea is I want to break him first. Oh dear. Don't kill Cyrus. Fantastic. Alright. That was close. I was really hoping that was going to kill. Okay, he will not be on very much health at all right now, though. Okay, I'll go one more high health. This definitely... Okay, alright, good. Third boss now. Okay, so Cyrus is 98 job points, so I'll have to kill one more encounter, and now I can pretty much go anywhere, because once I get evasive maneuvers, I can go, because I can go anywhere on the map. The problem is if I go to the really hard areas, I'll just get an encounter and it will just wipe me out straight away, because it will just do like 2,000 damage. But with evasive maneuvers, it reduces encounters by so much that you can generally get no encounters on those screens if you have really good movement. And so, obviously, if you don't get an encounter, they can't kill you. So, now I'm going to go into some of those harder areas. So, first we'll go down here. And along the way, I'm also going to go to the first shrine of the run. So I'll just take this encounter first. So the shrines, they basically allow you to put the classes that you start with onto other characters. So I'm going to get the shrine for merchant, so that I can have 2 merchants, because high health is very, very, very good. Here we go, support skill, with that, evasive maneuvers. So ideally for the rest of the run, I will get no more encounters. Or, yeah, ideally I get no more encounters. But unlikely that that happens, because it is random. Basically, the way encounters work is it's kind of like every 60... No, like it depends on the area. Different areas have different encounter rates, but it'll be like, it'll pick a number between 60 and 100, and after you take that many steps, it gets an encounter. So it's not completely random, like you can't get one after one step, but there is enough variance that it makes the speedrun very dependent on that. Like this screen here, I could get an encounter, and it could very much kill me if it does show up. But I made it, so that's good. And so the other thing I can do to reduce the amount of encounters that I do is there are certain things that reset the... and like, it chooses another number. So say that in 10 more steps I'll get an encounter, but if I save and then reset the game, it then chooses another number, so it resets the encounter count. So I could not make it to the next screen that I was going to without getting an encounter, so I just do a save and quit there to make sure that I can make it. And so here is where the merchant shrine is. And so I'm going to be getting 2 of the shrines in this run, which will be merchant and hunter. So merchant is just so I can have 2 merchants, because hired help is just very much required for the run. One of the things that's really finicky about this game is you have to hold B to run, but if you let go of B at any stage, even if you put it back on, during like a loading zone or whatever, it will not let you run anymore. So you have to be holding B through like all of the battles as well. Otherwise you will not be running when you come back, which is very annoying. But is doable. So, unfortunately, a lot of this sequence here is pretty much dead time, because if it goes correctly, I'm just going to be running from screens and not getting encounters, because that's what goes fast. If something bad happens, that's more exciting. So that's not what I want, but that's probably what you want to happen. But so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to flag Goldshore, which is where Ophilia's Chapter 3 is, because once I go to a town, I can then warp straight back there later on. So I have to come here at some point. I'm close, so I may as well do it. While I'm here, I'm going to scrutinize this guy. He's going to make another hidden item show up, but I'm going to pick that up later when I do Chapter 3. And then I'm going to go to Grandport. So this is now completely optional. I don't have to go to Grandport at all, but the reason I'm going there is for money and for soul stones. So now I'm going to start picking up large soul stones, which, as I mentioned before, do 5,400 after a break. And so that's bad. That's very bad. Axe, lightning. Oh, this is Ophilia. I'm just going to hope that I get away. So this is probably going to be a death as well. Yeah, no, they're all going before me. So if you try and run away and it fails, your other characters can't do anything that turn. So this is 100% another death. As I said, deaths are very common in this game. My PB for Ophilia actually has 3 deaths in it, and it's the best run I've done. Very, very common to die. So okay, let's try that again. This is not a likely screen to get an encounter. Probably get one like 20% here. So there are riskier screens in the run, but this one did not go well. Not a good omen for the rest of the run. So what was I saying? Yeah, so the soul stone. So the way break works is it doubles the amount of damage that you do. So if I use a soul stone before the break, it'll do a large one. It'll do 2,700, but after the break, 5,400. But that is a significant amount of damage, so I need a lot of them. So I'm going to get that one. And then I'm going to go back here and reset the screen, because again, this resets the encounter number. So I couldn't make it to the next thing, or yeah, I can't make it to the next thing without going back and just resetting that screen. And so the other thing that I said I was here for is money. So this chest, for example, has $20,000, or 20,000 leaves, whatever it is, which is a lot. And another saving quit. I think I used something like 250,000 in this run. I used a lot of money. Because the last thing that you can choose for hired help costs 30,000 for each use, and I want to be using those a lot on the last bosses. So jump down here and get another soul stone. Hello, get that one. So this is a much riskier screen, and if I get an encounter here, I'm definitely dead. All right, that's good. So flag Grandport. I'm not going to quite go to Grandport yet. I'm just going to leave straight away and just walk back a bit later. Because I also want to go into the lock of the... Oh, I have no idea what it's called. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I played this game a lot, but I don't really know the name of any of the areas. It's got Lock in it. I call it Locky in my notes. Lock of the Lost King. There you go. It's even right there on the screen. So again, more money, more soul stones. This part of the game is just gathering, hunting. But it's the last area that I do hunt is Grandport. Yeah. So almost done. So that's just telling me how to walk, and off to Grandport. Yeah, because Grandport has quite a lot of money as well. Just go to the merchant area. So money is really, really tight in this run. Like, I've got to keep a very close eye on it. If I do everything correctly, I have like 4 spare dollars. There's a bit of variance based on the amount of encounters that you get and what they are as well. If I don't have enough money, I'm very, very screwed. So, and because I don't have my notes, I actually have no idea what the correct amount of money in different parts is going to be. So that'll be fun later on. But so bought that. Large pomegranate. So pomegranates in this game, they give you extra boost points. So the large one gives me 4 boost points. So that's going to be used on the 3rd Ophilia boss. So that I don't have to just sit there and wait for 4 turns. So now I walk back to Flame Grace. This is where I started with Ophilia. And now I'm going to go towards my 4th character that I'm going to get, which is Therion. But with evasive maneuvers, again, hopefully I get absolutely no encounters on the way there. Encounters at this point aren't really dangerous at all. You can see in the bottom left there it says danger level 7. So that's basically saying if you're level 7, you'll probably be fine. The danger level at the area I was in before was 45, which is basically saying you're completely screwed at the level that I'm at, because I'm at level 7 or something right now. I'm going to go in here to reset my encounter so that I don't get one. And yeah, you can see, if you have a look at the top left once I go through a screen, it'll say Tressa found money from... I forget exactly what it says, but it's basically people who have died, which I don't completely understand. Unfortunate soul, yeah. So she's basically a grave robber, which, yeah, does not make a lot of sense to me, but anyway. Let's go down here. So I'm also going to get the second shrine just before I go into Therion's town. So this is an unfortunate encounter. Okay, so hopefully Tressa goes first. Because she can just kill all the bandits, so I don't have to risk running away. The chance of running away if I tried it would be something like 40% to get away. So I don't really want to risk that. But like I said, I'm really worried about money. Like if I do that too many times, I will run out of money, which is not a good thing. Yeah, this is the way to go. I'm really confused. My TV at home, I was saying this before, is actually so dark and I don't have a remote to change the brightness. So a lot of the areas I actually have never seen before because they're just pretty much pitch black. So I'm just taking in the beauty of this game here. It's okay, so this is the Hunter Shrine. Just pick up this item here because I can sell it later. And so the reason that I want Hunter as well is there's a skill that Hunter can learn that's called Leg Hole Trap, which basically makes it so that enemies always go last at the end of the turn. Very, very useful skill. It is possible to do the run without this, but it would be insanely, insanely risky. And now I'll go and get Therion. Actually, I should have done this a while ago. So just gave Merchant to Ophilia there and gave her hired help as well. So now I have 2 merchants on my team. So just in case I get an encounter here, if Ophilia goes first, she will be able to take it out as well. That was interesting. Got an encounter there as well. So just... Okay, I surprised my foe, so I'm not going to kill this party because I'm guaranteed to run away. So that was actually good. And the Cyrus went first as well, so that was really lucky. So yeah, movement in this run, you generally do want to be really, really tight on the screens because if you have loose movement, it's more than just losing the, half a second from not moving correctly. You end up generally getting an extra encounter for not moving well, which obviously is a big penalty. Alright, now into border form. Now I'll pick up Therion. So Therion's special skills is he can steal items from NPCs, but because he's so lower level, he almost always fails stealing, so that's not very useful for me. But his other skill is that he can open purple chests. So there are specific chests that Therion is the only one who can open them, because he's a thief, basically, so he can pick special locks. Actually, do I get any purple chests in this run anymore? I have no idea. But some of the purple chests have really good amounts of money or really good items in them. I can't remember if I actually get any in this run anymore. Because I've done most of my cleaning out. But so I will get one encounter on the next screen here. It's guaranteed that I get one. So again, hopefully I can just get Ophilia or Tressa to go first to take that out, or surprise my foe and just run away. Okay, good. Got Tressa. Let's take them out in one go. So hopefully I don't have to use any more bandits. If I have to use any more bandits, I'll probably be screwed on money. It's now the 4th boss, which is Heathcote. And so now you're going to see why I wanted a basic map so that I could go around the rest of the map. Because now that I have these large soul stones, these kind of chapter 1 bosses are pretty free. So I'm just going to use 1 soul stone here, and then another one. And he's dead. Alright, so that's 4 bosses. So now I've got all the characters that I want, and now I'm just going to do Ophilia's story. But so now that I'm going into the Chapter 2s, there is a significant increase in the boss strength. So basically, the way that the game is very open, so you can do it like in this order. You can do it in pretty much any order that you want. It's very open to interpretation, but I guess the more recommended way would be do everyone's Chapter 1 and then do everyone's Chapter 2 and everyone's Chapter 3 and then finish with everyone's Chapter 4. It gives you a recommended level that you're supposed to go to all of the places. And so the recommended level for most of the Chapter 2s is like in the 20s, and then for Chapter 3s is in the 30s, and then Chapter 4 is 45. So I'm level 7 or 8 right now, and I'm going to go to a Chapter 2. So very, very under-leveled. This is a terrible encounter, and I was caught by surprise. This might actually be a death. This orc thing has a lot of HP, and they're all faster than me on the second turn. This is terrible. I'm not going to bother trying to kill this though. I'm just going to try and run away if I can. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to defend with everyone else, so in case I don't run away this turn, I can then still have people in front. Okay, there we go. All good. Yeah, so the next boss has something like 35,000 HP, and so using soul stones is not going to get that done, because you saw that did like 2,700. I do not have 10 soul stones to use. I don't even think there's that many in the game that you can get without getting specific drops. So another encounter, I've not been having a good encounter on. This is a better encounter though. If I get one of my merchants, I'll be able to take this party out. I got trust. I did say I didn't want to use any bandits there. Worry. Sure. I'd still rather do that than try and run away and fail. I didn't quite catch how much job points Tressa has there. If Tressa has 100 job points, I want to teach her another skill. Yeah, there's a lot of on-the-fly kind of routing that you have to do in these runs, even when you aren't an idiot and are actually following your notes and not just doing things off memory. Okay, so now I'm going towards the Chapter 2 Ophilia, which is at Saintsbridge, which isn't in a very fortunate position. Ophilia's chapters, the towns for her chapters are kind of all over the map. They're just in the 4 corners, pretty much, which is not very good at all. But this is just to reset my position. I'm actually going back to the left. Reset my encounter count. So getting encounters in these kind of like danger level 11s. You saw on that orc encounter is the worst that you can get in this area, and I still managed to get away. But if I get one in the next area, or any of the higher ones, just pretty much instantly a death. So I can get one on this screen, which would be very scary. And this one's actually, it's a pretty high chance to get one. But I generally have good luck on this screen compared to other runners, which I've almost certainly just jinxed myself by saying that. Get up here. Nah, all good. Okay, so now the game's just going to tell me that how to pick chapters. It's just a tiny bit of text. And now more cutscenes. So, yeah, I guess I should explain Ophilia's story. So she's in the church, and basically she's going to light up these 3 flames. That's basically all she's doing. She's going to these 3 towns where the flames are, and lighting all of them. That's all she's got to do. But then she always gets sidetracked by other things. Because she just did it then. I should be able to leave. Completely finished. But other things happen. So while I'm here, I'm going to purchase this soulstone from this guy. So I actually got a discount from that, so it costs less money, which is good. That's just another random thing that can happen. It's very rare given the level that I'm at. It's more likely to happen the higher level that you are. So that's good. So hopefully I'm back on track for money. But yeah, so basically what's happening now is some kids getting bullied, I think. And so you're helping out the kids, basically. So now I'm going to guide this kid, which is going to get rid of my drunkard from before, because you can only guide one person at a time. So even though I can't summon this guy in battle, this little kid, I still have to get rid of my tavern patron, which is not a big deal. What else do I have to do here? I have to teach Armor Corrosive. So Armor Corrosive is the skill on Therion that reduces defense. Which, even though the hired help, the stats basically on the people that you're hiring are set, they still do way more damage if you reduce the defense of... Oh, she does. Alright, I'm going to switch down DPR and Armor Corrosive. I think that's all I have to do. Maybe I should have thought in those items. Oh, good. Okay, they still do way more damage. So I'm going to start using the last option, which is the veterans for hired help. And you'll see they just do way more damage than anything else. So I am going to get one encounter here. Not getting one there is really, really good. I almost always get one on that screen. But now what I can do is I can force getting an encounter on the second screen so I don't have to save and quit, which is much better because on the second screen, from the save and quit, you can actually still get an encounter to the boss. So it's much better doing the save and quit here. And then getting the encounter on the second screen. Because I actually want to kill one more wild encounter to give me enough job points to learn enough skills for the final boss. Because Ophilia needs to learn 5 cleric skills. So she needs like 630 job points. So I want 230 or 260, I can't remember, after this encounter. But I should go over 260 getting an insight here. It'll all be good. As long as it doesn't catch me by surprise, it won't be able to kill me because I can kill everything inside here. Okay, good. Wow, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely fine. Whoa, where am I going? Alright, so now I'm going to go to the boss. I really hope that I've done everything that I need to. And I really hope I remember how to do these. Yeah, alright, So I want to break this at the start of turn 2. So I don't want to break it now. I'm going to defend to have Cyrus go. Armor Corrosive. I'm actually going to use Collective to get like 4,000 of them. And now I'm going to use my veteran. Okay, that was a good skill. I think this skill? Alright, good. Alright, so that's chapter 2 done. Yeah, so as you could see there, the veterans did over 28,000 damage, whereas the highest that I could do naturally using Cyrus's attack was 600. So the veterans are very much required to get anything done in this game quickly. So I've just got to activate a few more cutscenes and then I can warp straight to Ophilia's chapter 3. So just go up here and flag those cutscenes and then I can leave. Because if I leave now and just go to Goldshore, chapter 3 won't start. I have to finish chapter 2 before chapter 3 will be an option to select. Okay, off we go. And so you can see there it says recommended level 38. I'm nowhere near level 38. I forget what level I am, but it's not 38. So the scrutinize that I did before, as soon as I came into this town, is this item down here. Another soulstone. And then I'm going to get one more soulstone up here, and that's going to be the last one that I get for the run. I should only need 2 more. I still have my medium ice soulstone from Tress's boss. That's the guaranteed drop from that boss. It's actually really nice that I still have that left. But so the last soulstone I'm going to get is scrutinizing this girl. So you can see Cyrus's skill to scrutinize is also really useful to be able to get you those soulstones as well. Not necessarily that they're the fastest soul stones to get, but that they're free ones. I could have bought more soul stones, especially when I was in Grandport, but I just do not have the money to be able to do that without getting more money, and that then takes a long amount of time. So just talk to this kid, and then I've got to guide him back to the cathedral. So yeah, they try to integrate the skills of each character into their chapters. So Ophilia does a lot of guiding. Okay, bring him to this guy. So, Chapter 3, I've already had 2 deaths, but this is where the death chance really, really rises. Pretty much anything goes wrong at this stage, and it's just instantly a death. Because I'm, as I said, really, really underleveled to what I'm supposed to be. In some of the older strats for this run, you would get an item that increases your HP by 500, and you would get 2 of them and give them to everyone, so they would have 1,000 more health. But to do that, you have to get way more money, so it just takes way too long to actually do that. It's a lot safer, obviously. Now, I actually probably should have done it for this run, but nah, gotta go all in. So, okay, this is one of the most likely screens where I can get an extra encounter. Before that. No. Jobs. Okay, I made it. Good. I should have done that much earlier, but I wanted to have Arrowstorm in case I got an encounter there, because that can really help for breaking them. But so I gave Hunter to Ophilia and then gave Merchant to Cyrus. I did teach Hide Help on Cyrus. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I should be fine. So just doing another save and quit here, again, just to not get encounters. Can't make it to the boss here without getting an encounter, so I'm actually going to do 2 save and quits on this screen to make sure that I get there, but also to allow me to get more money also. Yeah, so this boss used to be the hardest fight in the run, but with getting Hunter, I came up with some new strats that it should be consistent. The problem is that I actually don't remember what I'm supposed to be doing, because I have not been practicing at all, and my notes are not here to help me, so hopefully my memory is good enough to carry me through here. Like, I'm not even confident that I've taught the right skills for this, but we'll see what happens. I should be fine, hopefully.
もう好きにはさせません。頑張ります。これで圧勝です。守りが荒れるものか。私の番。
Okay, so defend with Cyrus, so he goes first on turn 2, and donate DP, so he has... So now pull out 4 swords, we should break this guy on the left here. Good. This guy's defense. Hopefully hit with enough axes, that's good. Then bring out the bandits, and that good. 負けません。これを。行くぞ。本気を出そうか。給料分の仕事を頼むぞ。Perfect. Got him. この程度では。Okay, so all the hard stuff is going very well. Just dying on random encounters before the first chapter 1 boss. All good. Classic Werster, dying to incredibly easy stuff. Okay, so only one chapter left. So just go up here. So now what happens is, so my sister comes and she steals the holy flame from me. Basically saying that she's going to now do it because there's some guy who's involved in the church and he ends up turning evil and he decides that he's going to be the savior because I have no idea why. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. And then he just starts a cult. Alright, go ask Asterisk for the story. Okay. So, now I'm going to go to where the last chapter is, which is way out of the way as well. Oh, I've got to teach more skills. I completely forgot what I've got to teach. Actually, I should do some save stuff as well. Alright, here we go. Here we go. I've got to teach Reflective Heal and Revive. I'm also going to teach, sure, that and that. And then I'm going to equip Inner Strength and Incidental Attack and Fleet Foot. I think that's right. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to go to Whisper Mill, which is where Ophilia's Chapter 4 is. So again, getting Sarah is really convenient because now I've got to go this way. So I am going to get one encounter on the way there, 100% guaranteed. It's impossible to skip. And it's in a level 45 area. And it does have an attack that can just wipe out my party in one hit. But luckily, this encounter is actually set. The first encounter in this area is always the same. It's always 2 winged dragons. And they are weak to bow. And so they're actually so high level that if I just try to attack them, I would just miss, like 95% of the time. But Arrow Storm, the ability that I taught with Hunter to Ophilia, always hits at least 3 times. So as long as Ophilia lives and doesn't die, I will be able to break this, and then I'll be able to run. So Ophilia first. Perfect. Break, and now I can just run away. Awesome. So the only bad thing is I have not checked my money once in this run. I have no idea how much cash I have. But I do remember, luckily, exactly how much cash I need after selling things in Whisper Mill. I need $117,708. So hopefully I can get to that amount, or higher. Higher would be preferable, because having some buffer would be nice. Okay, so just gonna pick this up here and start selling. Yep. Hello? Oh yeah, I've already got enough. Alright, all good, all good. Okay, so I did not have to sell that at all over life. And I could have sold a few more things. I was actually way over. That's really good. So this evil guy that I was talking about, the cultist, Matthias, he's decided to throw me in prison. And I actually can't get out of prison. But if I just wait and see what happens, my sister shows up, who, despite being pretty much brainwashed to work with him, lets me out of prison. Yay. Alright, so I just go backwards, trigger another cutscene, and that allows me to go into the last area. Okay. So we're coming up to the final boss. Now, the one thing I have been practicing in this run is the final boss with Ophilia in case it showed up. So in my practice runs on the train right here, I did this boss fight 18 times. I died 17 times. So, yeah, very, very likely that I have deaths here. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I need 150,000 going into this last boss, so I have just over 120,000, but there is a 30k chest here, so I'm going to take one more save and quit. Hopefully I can make it here. You can actually get an encounter here as well, which would just be a straight death. But I made it. All good. Okay, so the thing about this boss is it's actually got 2 parts. The first part, you would think, oh, well, that's just the lead-in, that'll be easy. No. Not at all. There's 3 guys, and all of them have an attack. They can use a Soul Stone on you, which wipes you out in 1 turn. And all of them can do that. And pretty much all of them will get an attack. It's almost guaranteed that that happens. I'm actually going to save again, just in case I die. I don't have to go back and get that chest every single time, because it's very likely that I will die at least once. So I want to make it to turn 2. If I make it to turn 2, I should be fine, because if I get 2 boost points on a merchant, I will then be able to use veterans and take them all out in one hit. So let's see. Alright. So just hoping they don't use Soulstone. Attack is fine. All dead. No good. So the Soulstone it's the least likely thing that they can do, but because there's 3 of them, there is a pretty significant chance that you will get it at some stage. So this being the final boss, it's awful trying to get a good run in this game. Just get to the final boss, Soulstone, instant death. Attack's fine. Attack's fine. Focus. Alright, so this will be fine. So I do want everyone, I need everyone alive when I kill as well, because don't get healed before the next fight. Everyone will go in at full health, because you get healed when you get to level up in this game, and everyone's going to level up. But if you're dead, you do not get experience, so they won't level up, and they would just start the second part dead, and that would just be instant loss. So now I'm at the final boss, which is Matthias. So Matthias is going to kill... See you later, Midget. See you later, Lacey. Alright. Mwah. Okay, he's going to kill 2 people on this turn. And if he kills the wrong people, or the people at the wrong time, this is just completely over. I need a really good luck here. And that is a really bad turn order. Really, really bad. Yeah. Yeah, I'm boned. I am so boned. Alright. I need him to kill Ophilia. Has to be Ophilia. Ooh, in there. Alright. Maybe. Maybe. No. Maybe? Maybe?
頑張ります。跳ね返します。これでもどうぞ。本気を出そうか。
The problem with this, I don't have the defense drop here, so these merchants are going to be doing way less damage. So I'm not convinced that I can win. Not convinced at all. But I did get full merchants on all of them. Yeah. I'll just have to see how that is. If I had my notes, I would know what's going to happen. But okay, so I set up leg hold so that I'll be faster for the next 2 turns. But after the break, he always goes first. So he's going to use Black Gale here, which is going to kill everyone. But I set up a reflective heal on Ophilia, so Ophilia will send it back. And then I can revive, bring everyone back to life. I'm going to palm... No! Wrong person. Wrong person. Wait, do I have another palm? I don't. Orcs. I wanted to use that on Tressa. Yes! Yes! Cannot believe that kill. I really should have talked that up. Oh, time. Oh, I'm finished. Oh, sub 1. What a time. Oh, God. Played like a genius that run. That was flawless. All right, so yeah, I'm finished. I hope you guys enjoyed the speedruns. You guys have been a fantastic crowd. I mean, I wouldn't have even been able to do this run without you guys, given I did not have a controller to use. So you guys have been fantastic the entire event, honestly. I've been here for most of the runs. You guys have been a fantastic crowd. Shout outs to all the other runners who have done runs. Hope you guys enjoyed everything. Shout outs to all the enforcers that we've had. Thank you very much. Shout outs to everyone who... Astrius, our lead guy over here. Pretty much nothing would have happened without him. And yeah, all the guys who have been on tech who made this happen. Shout outs to all of you. I'll hand over to Astrius now.